And what
You
did you
know,
end up
no.
doing? Did you get a job at Kmart, or what did you?
Oh no, I can't actually. I came home, bro, and I got a job at Pepsi and one at Coca-Cola. And Big West, who actually was mentoring Suge in the business at that time, Suge Knight.
Oh,
Uh, I was in the garage. I spent all my buddies was running out, so all I wanted was a studio. And a friend of mine who lived across the way in my neighborhood, he had a studio, and it was summertime, and so
what
all
year was this?
everybody.
What year was this? So we can try to get the music that was out around then.
This is '87.
So N.W.A are out.
N.W.A. And that's ironic that you said that because the first musical connection was N.W.A. And it was a guy, CPO, who MC Ren. MC Ren used to come to my neighborhood to the studio
Okay.
from N.W.A. And actually he came to the neighborhood. He found out who I was the right way. They would talk, they was rappers. I was really in the streets. And so but they was running summertime came in the studio. We all had been working and then summertime came. Everybody else wanted to play. So I had the studio to myself because it was girls, money, cars, all these events, parties. I stayed behind. I spent 3 months in the studio by myself, bro. And when I submitted those songs, Big West was at Solar Records under Dick Griffey.
Mm.
And there was a group that got signed that Suge helped put together called Times Three, and that was my first project. And from that point, it was just I got paid for doing music like that. I got placements of records and had access to Dick Griffey, rest in peace, Mr. Griffey. Let us run around. He let me run around Solar Records like I was his nephew. And
Okay.
guess who was in the studio then? Who was signed there?
Was it?
Babyface.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
DLP, yes.
Oh, okay. Just before we get to that, you didn't tell us how you actually, because I know you play the organ, but then how did you learn to work the studio? I mean,
Oh, you know what? Man, I was breaking tracks when I was 14 years old. I was taking a tape recorder and play keys on it
okay.
and then play a tape recorder and another tape recorder. The quality is,
Yeah.
but I'm like, it was just a thing of mine. I used to go read magazines. I would spend hours in the Guitar Center. I would beg anybody with money to buy me equipment. It was like somebody for equipment was like somebody else asking for food. Like if you had a drum machine, bro, I would really like be at your house.
Wow.
And parents, it was all people, everybody wants to play music. So there was all these people who had like instruments and stuff that they would sit in the corner. And if I came to your house and there was a keyboard in the corner, I'd try to buy it for me or work a deal, and so um same thing with the crack era. My friends would get instruments and give it to me. So my boy, he was like, Meech, you want an electric piano? My room is only one. You know how big an electric piano is, right? I had one in my bedroom
Wow.
with drum machines, mics, everything when I was a teenager. And I would be in there making recordings. Yeah. And
Oh,
so early, man, I was trying, but it wasn't R&B, it was gospel.
oh, even when you're running the streets, you're still making gospel tracks.
I was it was gospel.
Okay.
I used to be on the organ in church, man, with a gun in my pocket.
Oh God. And so, um, but when you went into the studio and then you created, how did they give you the Big West? How did he know you could produce and say, "Can you let's see what you can do," or
Oh
what?
yeah, songs I wrote. By then I had sharpened it because, having gospel groups, it teach you how to write new material and, perform it, teach it, perform it, create it. And there was no recordings, you just learn it like an old band would do, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so I just translated, but it's so funny how some of those early songs that I wrote, it sounds like gospel,
Mm,
but because there's not much difference in gospel music, blues, soul, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
Not a lot of difference in it, but yeah, man, that it was all about making the transition. And then when N.W.A hit, um, you start hearing music. It hadn't really hit me yet, the bug to create this kind of stuff, but I was having these interpretations, like, you just interpret it through my eyes. And I knew it was good. It was just good. It was exceptional because of who I was around. It's like a child being able to watch Kobe Bryant work out.
Wow.
That's how I felt my mother did me with the best musicians. One of the musicians who Matthew Burrell and John Black, these two guys. John Black, though, who he left the church and ended up with the Gap Band for a while, for a period. Wow. He's a pastor. But we all came out to church the same thing. And so, when you hear that back in the day, it's like bad. Like I'm hearing everybody like John left the church. Man, drugs, alcohol, women, what I mean? And I'm saying, yes. I want to be like that. Like, because it's like, it's like a guy who has talent who just shoots on the court. Like, dude, go get the money.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying. And like, guys, that's how I felt. If I'm really good, then I need to get paid for this. If I'm really good, then I'm as good as these guys who get paid to do this.
Mm.
And so as a child, it was just like, I don't want to be forgotten. How do I make a name for my only goal? And I tell people this all the time. I reached my goals very early in terms of what my life goal. My life goal was that my name would go down in history for what I do. That's all I ever want. I don't want anything more than that. I want to be known, and I want my name to live after I'm gone.
Wow.
For doing music. I think I did it.
Yeah, no, definitely. But then when you did when N.W.A came out, being that you grew up in that environment, and then they are talking about the streets and the police, did it resonate to you? Did you think, wow, these guys are, or did it seem, what did it feel like hearing, his Dre and the group producing and making?
Eazy-E, rest in peace, used to come to my neighborhood in a clean 850. And I was seeing, and it just was like, wait a minute, how is he driving this car and getting this money? Like that's really money in this, And but it was so far-fetched to do music back then, man. It was like, I tell people now, what a person can do in 5 minutes, it would take a whole 2 days to do now, I mean, back then.
Back then, wow.
Just in terms of, even if you did a demo, I had to drive way to Hollywood. Dude, I didn't even have gas money to get out there. You know what I mean? We'd be on film. I'd get there and I have to ask Big West or Suge for money to get home.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that category.
And somewhere in between
us, or even loving us, on which I did miss you.
What was it like growing up?
She's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No, okay.
They don't understand what Jonas' voice is winning all spirits.
Play it.
And all these guys, they all work together.
I mean, I love all different genres.